All right, Robert, I'll take it from here. Merrill Lynch CEO Stan O'Neill is reportedly edging closer and closer to a resignation, perhaps as early as today. But who will Merrill Lynch select to replace him? And what is the process behind a search like the one that Merrill will be undertaking? For answers, we turn now to Charley Polachi, founder of Polachi, an executive search firm, and he joins us now live from Boston. Welcome, Charley.
Good morning, Peter.
So if you were advising Stan O'Neill, if he were your client, what would you be saying to him now?
I tell him that step away quietly. Don't try to Monday morning quarterback this. Don't talk to everybody who wants to talk. Do what my kids say is chillax. Take some time off and get away. And journal. I found that working with executives who are in transition, that sometimes journaling over their first cup of coffee, answering 3 questions. What do I want to do more of? What do I want to do less of? And what am I willing to do? And then do that over time, and patterns will emerge. And as those patterns emerge, the list of things you want to do gets shorter. And focus on putting the job campaign in gear to support the short list.
But on the other hand, if you walk out of there with a $150 million, $200 million settlement, you could also go to the beach. But let me get to Merrill. How hard is it for a company like Merrill and the size of Merrill to find a new CEO?
Well, I think the first thing you have to do is you have to appoint some interim leadership. So, for either from the alumni or from the board, maybe even current management. And then you appoint a search committee, hire a recruiter, and then develop a person specification. And that's a document which talks to the issues of the appropriate knowledge and experience, the personality, the management style, the intellect, and most importantly, what's the first-year charter going to be? When this person gets hired, and a year from now, they have to sit down with the board, what are they going to be reviewed against? Yeah. And then it's important to look internally as well. Don't look just to the outside.
Yeah, and what are the challenges that O'Neill's successor will face here? There are a lot of challenges.
Well, he's going to inherit a lot of things that happened on the last watch. And so when the new guy comes on, he wants to move quickly, he wants to move decisively. He's probably got some ideas even before he arrives based on the discussions he's going to have with the board of directors.
As you know, sometimes a company will try and pick somebody, a Mr. Inside person who's already there, and it might try to pick an outside person depending on the situation. What do you think Merrill should do?
Well, I think they should look at both inside and outside candidates. It may be 2 in a box. I've seen it work where an insider is combined with an outside person. Executives recreate themselves all the time. I just saw this morning that Joe Torre has now got a job. So I think there's leadership outside that can go into new positions, and there are people that work inside the company that might be appropriate. There's probably some very talented people that they should take a look at inside the firm, or even alumni.
But what are the first few things that O'Neill's successor will have to do? And I would be thinking first, of course, about maybe some public relations damage control.
I think he's going to have to meet with his constituencies, and they're inside the firm as well as outside the firm.
And to do what? To try and reassure employees that everything is fine, reassure clients, customers, investors?
I think certainly articulate that they're there, they know what they're doing, there's going to be a plan put in place, that it's not a time to panic, that experience and cool minds will prevail here, that this is probably going to be somebody who's run a large organization, knows how to communicate with people, put people at ease, and set in place a plan for action, develop a plan going forward with the team that's in place, maybe add a few people from outside the organization to the team.
All right, Charley Polachi, thanks for your insights from Boston this morning.
Thank you, Peter.
All right.